Hello, before we start, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell to receive updates when we upload new videos. The 2020 Nissan GT-R Nismo redefines what fast means in the sports car category. The standard GT-R was never a slouch, and the 2017 GT-R Nismo, complete with 600 horsepower, was certainly no wimp either. So, how do you improve on what is thought of by some as one of the most potent sports cars on the market? That's what I wanted to find out. Nissan's chief product specialist, Tamura-san, was on hand in Germany to give us a better understanding of why the 2020 GT-R Nismo has managed to take the product to the next level. Key to the changes are weight savings all round. Total weight reduction comes in at almost 30 kilograms thanks to lighter wheels, 100 grams lighter per wheel, and carbon fiber components on the roof, bonnet, boot, side panels and spoiler. These carbon fiber parts help save 10.5 kilograms in total. Inside the cabin, new Recaro race seats are lighter than their predecessors for an additional saving of 1.6 kilograms per seat. They include a more rigid carbon fiber weave that increases rigidity by 20%. Then there's the brakes. These things are mammoth. Specially built by Brembo for the Nismo, the carbon ceramic brakes measure 410 mm at the front with 6 piston calipers, while the rear set comes in at 390 mm with 4 piston calipers. The use of this braking system reduces unsprung weight by 16.3 kilograms. Under the bonnet, Nissan has employed turbochargers from the GT3 race car, which now use 10 intake vanes instead of 11, allowing around 15% to be shaved off their weight. They've also catered for an almost 20% improvement in throttle response, not that it needed it. Nissan retains the older engine, which is a hand-assembled 3.8-litre twin-turbocharged petrol V6 that produces 441 kilowatts of power and 652 newton-meters of torque, and mated to a 6-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission and a constant all-wheel drive system. The exhaust is a full titanium system with burnished tips that help them stand out from a non-titanium exhaust. Tamura-san also spoke about Kaizen, which is a Japanese word that refers to a constant need to evolve and fine-tune. This is the mentality he and the engineers behind the Nismo project employ when making changes to a product that really is difficult to make changes to. The concept of this launch program was for us to experience the GT-R Nismo through the city, on the highway, and then on the racetrack. The only difference being the German highway we're driving on includes long stretches of de-restricted speed zones to really stretch the GT-R Nismo's legs. You're only ever likely to experience the GT-R on a public road in Australia from standstill to highway speeds. The Autobahn is a different story. On the de-restricted sections, it was possible to experience the extra throttle response Tamura-san was talking about during the product presentation. Punch the throttle at 130 km per hour, and within seconds you're progressing through to and beyond 250 km per hour. It's a never-ending torque rollercoaster that keeps you positively pinned as it hurtles towards the skyline. The noise when all of this is happening is my favorite part. The GT-R is often criticized for being quiet and reserved, but sink the right foot in and you'll catch all sorts of induction and exhaust noises. It sounds like a piece of industrial machinery each time it comes on boost and begins seemingly shifting the earth beneath you. Below around 150 km per hour it can feel slightly twitchy. The steering is lighter than the 2017, and as a result there are moments when rogue bits of wind can be felt through the chassis. But ramp your speed up beyond 150 km per hour and the added aero equipment helps settle and ground the vehicle. That aero equipment includes a new heat exhaust outlet on the front guard, which is designed to direct latent heat away from the brakes and engine and down the side of the car, where it can disappear into the ether. Without the vent there, heat is trapped within the front haunches of the car, which can affect heat loads. Above 200 km/h it feels rock solid and there isn't even a glimmer of wind intervention. Add another 50 or 100 km/h to the equation and it becomes a Scud missile shooting directly ahead. The gearbox at these speeds is responsive, but it feels like it could use an additional 7th gear to help lower revs above 130 km/h. But that's me just being picky. The ride is settled at these speeds, and the suspension's comfort mode offers enough compliance on a smooth highway to deal with bumps at speed. It's only on choppier stretches of road that the comfort mode fails to deliver as advertised comfort. Brake pedal feel is excellent, and despite carbon ceramic brakes normally needing a heat load to operate effectively, this braking package works just as well at low speeds as it does on the track. Pedal feel is excellent and braking performance is equally as good regardless of how often you go for the brake pedal. R mode on a smooth country road is fine, but we'd imagine that if you found yourself on some shoddy Australian back roads, it would become a bit of a handful as it skips along road imperfections. Even in comfort mode it can be quite firm, but that's what you're buying into when choosing the most hardcore GT-R on the market. You're never left wanting for more out of the engine, and while you know in the back of your mind that there's still more left in it, you don't dare to explore the last 3/10 on a public road. How does this all translate to the racetrack? It's okay, I did the legwork so you don't need to worry about it. The DEKRA is located around 140 kilometers outside of Berlin, and was created in the early 2000s to cater for upcoming race events. With seating for over 120,000 punters, it never really took off, and is now used as an automotive proving ground with a banked bowl and in a circuit that measures around 4.3 kilometers in length. It's fairly flat, but it has fast sections to extract the most out of the GT-R's revised chassis. After familiarizing ourselves with the racetrack, we headed out in the 2017 GT-R Nismo. I won't lie, this thing felt bloody quick, insanely quick. It fires out of corners, the steering is heavy and direct, while the brakes bite with precision each and every time, not to mention the acceleration. It's mind-numbingly mental. Smash the throttle out of a tight corner and the all-wheel drive system works to get all of the torque to the ground with no fuss at all. When you push the car a little harder, you begin to notice that the steering can get twitchy mid-corner if you catch a bump, and the brakes begin to start lacking consistency after several quick laps. But that's if you're really being picky. We then migrate to the 2020 GT-R Nismo, and expecting much of the same, we head out on the track. The steering is noticeably lighter and the brake pedal feels different, not bad different, but just different. As we enter the first corner off the back straight and assault the brake pedal for the first time and tip the car in, the understeer that rears its head in the 2017 car is gone. It's just not there anymore. The twitchy mid-corner steering, it's gone as well. The wheel offers feedback like you wouldn't believe and keeps communicating everything that contacts the tires through to your hands and body. The acceleration doesn't feel all that different, but the brakes and tires now transform the package. Even after 5 full attack laps, you can confidently stand on the brake pedal and just hold on tight as the car slows down. By the 5th lap, the only measurable handling difference comes from the tires as they begin to start losing their effective grip levels. It's unnerving how fast you can travel in the GT-R Nismo. There's never a time you feel like the car is going to chew you up and spit you out. I have no doubts at all that it's pretty easy to overcommit and land yourself in trouble, but it'll never be the car that makes that happen. It's always working with you and never against you. Straight line performance is still pretty important, nobody likes being last at the traffic lights. We strapped a V-Box to the car and recorded a 0 to 100 km/h time for the 2020 Nissan GT-R Nismo of 3.1 seconds. With the vehicle systems in R mode for suspension, driveline and stability control, we held the brake and throttle together, which whips revs up to 4,000 revolutions per minute before letting go of the brake. Off the line, there was a little bit of wheel slip before it hooked up and accelerated like nothing we've experienced before. I'm certain that with a bit more playing around and warm tires, it wouldn't be hard to achieve a much quicker acceleration time, perhaps in the mid-high 2.0 second range. It's truly remarkable. My hat goes off to Tamura-san and the engineering team behind this car. It's impossible to improve on sports car perfection, but it seems they've managed just that.
Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Subscribe to Auto TV.